my name is Oded Lavie, and I work as VP Innovation, Creative Technology, and Value Creation at Publicis Group Israel. I live in Tel Aviv, Israel, and in my role, I'm in charge of understanding the innovation ecosystem in Israel and how this can be leveraged to help our clients and our group to advance and win the future. As well, I'm a teacher at the Reichman University, which is a private university in Israel. I teach branding and storytelling for new ventures, and that's it. So COVID-19 came and a lot of things came into a halt. Everybody was checking around, seeing what's happening. But after we understood where this is going, I was swamped with requests. How can we accelerate our supply chain because we're not meeting our clients' demands? How can we accelerate on winning the consumer journey because everybody's now into consumer journey and their e-commerce websites? How can we collect data that will help us understand what's happening because the data pre-COVID is not relevant anymore in various aspects? So there was a lot of requests, which meant a lot of more Zooms. And sometimes I find my day starting at 8 a.m. in Israel with Australia and finishing at 11 p.m. with the Pacific, and in between back-to-back on Zooms, and which is very hard because in innovation and in pushing something that is still not a requirement, like strategy, like creative, the face-to-face is very important. So I hope to get to that soon. Favorite things the last year and a half I've done with Publicis Health in the US with Saatchi Wellness was around creating vision for the pharmaceutical world. The pharma world has use of a lot of plastic. Think about in the US, the small plastic bottles for prescription pills. There are about 4.5 billion bottles a year, which are circulating in the economy. And that's a huge impact on environment. And when you think about it, only the big bottles, which can be caught in machines, can be recycled. The small and the medium ones do not get recycled. And we were looking to find a solution. And a good friend of mine, Scott Carlton from Saatchi Wellness, he asked me, can we create something that will change that? And we found inspiration between Carlsberg creating a cardboard bottle 2-3 years ago, and maker culture, people who try to make stuff, 3D printing, molds and everything. And we started working on creating something different. And what we eventually created is a prototype for a prescription pill bottle made out of cardboard, covered in beeswax, so the material in the pill will not affect the cardboard and not be affected by it. And it also helps with humidity. And we launched it to see the reactions. And the reactions were amazing because people were looking to do that. People were looking to find something to bring into the pharmaceutical world that would change its environmental impact and footprint. It's still in prototype mode, and we are now looking for commercializing it. We also attracted a new company, a pharmaceutical company with sustainability at the heart, which wants to partner with us on bringing this as a private label and to bring this into their packaging. So I was very proud of doing something like that, something that wins Plastic Free Award of the Year in Dieline Awards, something that people started thinking about. How do we reduce that environmental impact? And that, I guess, is one of my prides in the past, in recent years. Innovation is happening, and I'm talking about innovation in general. Maker labs and fab labs are part of innovation. Makerspace is part of innovation. Startups are part of innovation. And when I look at innovation, I see amazing things happening around us. I live in Israel. I'm blessed to be born here, and Israel is one of the hotbed for startups. And we see many clients, our clients, other holding companies and advertisement agencies, clients come to Israel to look for startups to work with. Why? Because you need to accelerate today, and you don't have the privilege of unlimited resources or unlimited time. So the partnership, and this is the biggest trend that I'm seeing in the past, I'd say 5-6 years, and it's just growing, is corporates and brands looking to partner with small startups on different models. It can be M&As, it can be investments, it can be joint ventures, it can be just partnerships together to accelerate all of those threads and businesses that they want. It accelerates how to identify and visualize consumer journeys at scale, how to create prediction models to understand forecasting of demand or creating upsell and cross-sell offerings. It accelerates in sustainability. A company does not have it wants to be sustainable, but it's not at the core to build the sustainable product. So where can it find that sustainable package, that sustainable plastic, that sustainable solution that would reduce carbon footprint? And it's just all around us. We just need to open our eyes, and our brands are already doing it. Our agencies and holding companies are doing it as well, but our brands are doing it from other parts of the business, corporate development, IT, innovation, strategy. And I think this is the trend that I'm seeing, and it's across the board, because a company, let's say a retailer, he has challenges on every front. He has challenges on merchandising, and he has challenges on logistics, and he has challenges of last mile, and he has challenges on discovery and on e-commerce. And all of these challenges, you can't solve everything within a year. You probably can't even solve everything within 2 years if you decide to do everything on your own. And the cost of error, time-wise and budget-wise, is huge. So seeing them, looking at startups, thinking, how can this product, how can this platform that I partner with can accelerate where I'm going and bring me better solutions on the things which I have decided to develop outside and to partner with. And this is the trend that I'm trying to push forward with our company. And with like innovation, it has its success, it has a lot of failures, but that's part of the road. First of all, thank you for having me as a final jury in that category. It's an exciting category because it encompasses everything that I'm working on at this time. I feel very privileged and very happy to look at some of the future thinking that the creatives in our region can bring, to understand how they are helping their brands win, how they are creating creative solutions that win the hearts of consumers and wins the business for their clients. I think that this category has so many things to show. We are all on mobile. We all expect everything to be fast. We all expect innovative solutions. We use Spotify and then we expect traditional brands to be the same. We use innovative products and we expect traditional brands to follow. And that gap, seeing how our creative people who are on their mobile every day, but how they bring their thinking into that, how they create the experiences, that is something that I can't wait to see what people bring. First of all, I wish it could be face-to-face, meeting the people that will be part of the jury, seeing the creatives, seeing all of the happening. But unfortunately, that's not happening, maybe next year. I think that my expectations is to learn. Basically, what drives my search for innovation, my search for what's next, is curiosity. And I live among my people. I live in Israel, and I see what Israel has to offer in the advertisement and marketing world and the digital world. And I work with global brands and business units around the world, so I see what they have to offer. But seeing other groups, seeing other agencies, seeing people that I don't know and probably wouldn't have had the chance to meet, seeing what they bring. Of course, from the other juries, learning what they have to say, how they view the world, what they bring into the table. this is what I'm really expecting, because the way I see the world is you're on a journey, and in that journey you pick up things, you learn, you experiment, you try, and every experience like this adds to your bucket. It just fills up the cup with more and more and more, and that is what creates the ability to connect dots. Because it could be that I'm sitting with a jury and we're looking at one of the submissions, and something that a final jury member would say in 6 months would connect to another thing that would bring me a new idea. And that is what I'm really expecting. I think that the most important thing in the world of innovation, digital, mobile, is to look at it from a consumer-centric point of view. Eventually, we can develop forever, we can create experiences, but if at the end, the consumer doesn't connect with it, doesn't use it, isn't wowed by it, or isn't excited, and that's a no-go. Because eventually, we are all amazed by things that are happening, and we are all engaging with experiences, with our mobile, with everything. And the consumer needs to be on your mind, because if he's not reacting, something's not working. If he's reacting, you will win, the brand will win, but mostly he will win, because you created something delightful. You created something entertaining. You created something that helped him with a utility or solved the challenge for him. And I think that is what I'm looking for. That is what is at the heart of digital. We all remember the days when a bank asked you to fax something and you needed to go find it and then call them and see. Digital eliminates all of that. Today, you can do things which are magic to people. And I think that is the goal in the digital world. When you look at what next at the industry, I believe that one thing we all need to understand is how people have changed due to the pandemic. And when we understand that change in people, and we don't need to go search that far, because we are people which the pandemic has changed. So once we understand everything, the way we purchase, the way we interact, how frictionless we want the retail store to be, how we want to find information fast and not start searching for it. Once we understand how people have changed, we will be able to start answering their needs and wants and wishes with the digital tools, with the experiences that they want, with the emotions that they want to engage with. Because people 3 years ago and people today are different. And we need to answer that difference with our new work. We need to connect. We need to get people excited after 2 hard years. So I think this is what's going to happen in the next 2-3 years. And alongside that, advances in technology. Every new technology that opens up a new horizon of opportunities. A year ago, you couldn't have created AI-generated text. 7 months ago, you could create it you could have created it, but not utilize it yet for our needs. 7 months ago, you could start using it for our needs. 3 months ago, now it's available in 25 different languages. People in our age, in our advertisement, in our industry, we cannot learn everything that PhDs are learning in the universities, or that entrepreneurs are doing in 5 years after raising $50 million to build that. So we need to be humble, to look at what's outside and to see how we can utilize that to our clients' needs and to our needs as well. Because if we have a design studio for performance assets, how can we bring in automated design to create the assets at scale that our clients need today? Because 5 years ago, he had his direct-to-consumer website. He probably sold on Amazon, and he had his catalog, printed catalog. But today he sells on Walmart, on Kroger, on Lazada, on Falabella. He sells everywhere. So he needs 100 times more assets. How can we as an industry embrace these solutions to make our work better and so we can focus on the more important work? And I think this is where we are going. Symbiosis between what's happening outside and what's happening inside for our clients. I hope this is where we're going. Curiosity. Curiosity is the most important thing, in my opinion, for advertising people, because curiosity is what gets you forward. If you only stay with what you know, you're missing a whole lot of options. Culture is different. So if I'm curious about your culture, maybe I can bring something from your culture in and create a campaign around that, or utilize that into a campaign that would be different to people in my country and would make them engage because it's different. If I don't know what's out there for me to create personalized video, then I will always say, no, that's not possible. How can we create 100,000 videos? It is possible. You just need to look for it. If you're not curious, you will not understand people. If you are not observant to see what's happening, not in the trend, not in the Gartner or Deloitte report, what's happening in the bars after they open, how people are interacting at the bars, how people are drinking, you will not understand where alcohol is moving forward, for example. So I think curiosity is the most important thing because it also leads to experimentation. And we today live in an era that you can experiment everything. You have an idea for 3 campaigns or 3 concepts for a campaign. You can test that fairly easy with small experimentation on social, with an influencer, and then continue building that forward. So I think curiosity, my number one. My plans for the future is to continue doing what I do and enjoying it. I love the advertisement world. I've had offers to move into the high-tech world, but it's not for me. I love the speed of advertisement. I love the breadth of advertisement. So I want to continue doing what I do, want to continue bringing new thinking, fresh ideas, new horizons to our clients and help them solve their challenges with technology and creative and technology. I will continue teaching. I believe that that's a big part of my life as well, helping students excel at what they do and build their next ventures and their next startups. And I want to create more campaigns that have effect on people's lives, not just for purchasing items, but for environmental, for inclusivity, for sustainability, to really help people with the values that they have inherent in themselves. Women equality, confidence for young females. That's where I want to go. Really help change perceptions and help change actions for the good.